Hey there, welcome to another episode of my podcast. I've been away for some weeks, so I didn't did any podcast. I'm missing that, so I decided to do it again. I wasn't sure if I should keep doing them or not, or if I should stop, because to be honest, I've not been a lot of interactions with my listeners. So I'm not feeling the return that I wanted to get and the audience growing from my podcast. Nevertheless, I'm enjoying a lot sharing my build in public journey. So that's why I decided to keep doing it. Even if I'm not getting the return that I wanted, I want to keep sharing my journey. I think this is a very good way for me to practice my sharing, to give some knowledge for those that are really interested, and especially to be myself drawn and authentic and being sharing with all of you. So while I was on vacation, I didn't work that much, but still I try to keep improving my product and especially working on one of my most recent projects, which is Materiality Master. I've been working with Alex on this project for a few weeks, and we are now launching it. We are launching it this week. By launching it, we mean that we are sharing this with his pre-validated audience. Basically, Alex worked on an Excel sheet to pre-validate our idea, and essentially his idea, not mine, but he has validated it, and it has had quite good success. So we decided to transform this Excel template that he created into a software solution. And that's what we are doing, building this Materiality Master that helps companies creating their double materiality assessment. That is one of the requirements from the new CSRD directive from the European Union that requires companies to report on their sustainability. And today I want to revisit some of the decisions that we took and some of the choices that we chose during the last few weeks on the development side. So I want to start with the payment provider. Most companies use Stripe as their payment providers. However, we wanted to use a merchant of record. The big difference of a merchant of record and Stripe is that by using a merchant of record, your customers will be directly provided by the merchant of record. So they will pay them and the merchant of record will create an invoice for them. And so that our customers are not our direct customers, but the direct customer of this provider. This by itself facilitates a lot of administrative tasks on our end. So we don't need to handle invoices for each one of the customers. Our accounting will be much simpler and we'll just get some payouts out at the end of the payout period. While on Stripe, you are the direct provider for your end customers. So for each of your customers, you are responsible for all the taxes, all the invoices, and all these administrative stuff. So we wanted to avoid that, to simplify our tasks, and that's why we decided to choose with a merchant of record. And there are two main providers of merchant of records. One is Paddle and another one is Lemon Squeezy. I don't have a strong preference for any of them. I've seen some people using Paddle and others Lemon Squeezy. I don't have a strong preference for any of them between Lemon Squeezy and Paddle. But I asked my Twitter audience what do they think about it. And I got a lot of feedback from both of them. But especially it seems that Lemon Squeezy is more adopted by indie hackers and my Twitter community. And one of the main reasons is because it's much simpler to get approved and the infrastructure is quite simple. Paddle seems also simple in terms of infrastructure and especially in terms of fees, it seems much more simpler and you know exactly what to pay. While with the Lemon Squeezy, you might have extra fees regarding the type of payments and regarding the type of payouts. So it's a little bit more complex in terms of payout, but I decided to choose Lemon Squeezy because of its simplicity and because it seems one of the most used tools. Currently, it's already running, but we have not yet got any payment. So I cannot really give you a lot of feedback of the usage throughout the time, but for the setup was pretty simple to do. It's quite easy to set up, so it's a good choice to choose in terms if you want to implement a payment provider. But I'm assuming that Paddle should not be that complex. Anyway, also Arvid Karl shared the podcast about it in the past, so feel free to check it out if you are curious to know the differences and why you choose Paddle in this case and give feedback from the side. This was one of the main things that we need to develop in order to get launched. Otherwise, people will not pay for it. So this was critical. Another area that I focused quite a lot was on the product features. It was important for us to get to the same level, at least, of these Excel templates, at least on the core part of our product, which is assessment of the materiality, for each company, but also to expand it a little bit more beyond what's possible on the Excel. Because Alex customers already purchased this template, and we want to compete with this template at some point. So we cannot just get the same feature levels and don't give any extra value. By using a SaaS, we have much more flexibility on what is possible. So we try to focus also on those type of features and improve our product, or create our product on top of those main features, but with extended one. And by that, I'm talking, for example, the simplicity of moving between different IROs, the possibility of sharing the assessments with other colleagues, restrict access to each one, have all the audit traceability available. So those are the features that we focused to enhance the product on top of what's possible already with the Excel file. So this was me, part of my vacation period, was working on improving these features and making it to a good level that we can launch. So we are ready to do it, and I'm quite happy with the result that we got into so far. But we could not only do it by ourselves. So we had to also talk with our customers and users. And as Alex already has some audience on this space, we got some early users from this audience and got into calls with them and really see them using the product live. And I can tell you, this is the best thing for you to get frustrated about your own product. You cannot imagine how dumb users can be according to what you think the product how the product should be used. So I was feeling completely frustrated and sad that people could not see some icons that were there, which was a button, when I asked them to do a specific action. So this is the best way for you to improve your product and to really put yourself on the shoes of the users. Even if you are the ones having the problem itself, which in this case it's not. I'm not the user of my own product. From one end, this is not good because I cannot feel it. But from another side, how do I compensate is by having these user interviews and seeing them live using the product. This really makes me put myself on the shoes of the other users and try to see their frustrations, what they struggle, and where to improve the product. And I was able to quickly implement new features based on this feedback and based on what I was observing. And finally, we came to our landing page. Usually I'm doing the landing page myself for my own product, pick some components from here and there, either from ShipUs or Page UI, getting some components and easily build some landing page on top of it. But this time, I decided to use WordPress. And one of the reasons is that I don't want to have the marketing website completely on my shoulders. I want Alex to be able to help me in the marketing side, to be able to easily create content on the page, to change things, try out, make some tests, because he has some flexibility on that end, and he has been already using WordPress for his own tool. So we decided to use WordPress. But to be honest, I hate it. On one end, it's so complex to know where to change things. Once you learn, it gets nice and it's really good. But to get there, there's a lot of clicks. It's much easier to just find on your code base where things are and just quickly change it. But I would not get the flexibility and autonomy that Alex is having by developing the website myself. So I think it was a very good choice. And I can see now that Alex was able to build fully the landing page. I just helped him in some aspects, but mostly was done by him. And that was just that proves that this was a good choice to choose one tool that you can have an easy no-code builder solution. And WordPress, I deployed it on top of Qualify server that I'm running, all the app of Materiality Master. So it was quite easy to set up and didn't have any blockers or anything that it didn't go very well. So overall was a very good choice. And if you need to have some really up and running quite quickly, I think WordPress can be a good choice. Anyway, I can give you more feedback after some weeks or after some months, but right now, so far, the experience is good and he is feeling super comfortable because he has been working with it for several months. So I'm confident that we can make a lot of experimentations and really try out things here and there and being able to go quickly on both sides. Me focusing more on the product itself and Alex focusing more on the marketing and sales side. The same way as we did on Virtually. But on Virtually, we didn't use WordPress. In the beginning, we used Wix. And afterwards, we used HubSpot because we had our CMS over there together with our CRM. We had a company helping us, an agency helping us with HubSpot. So we were somehow flexible, but not fully. But in any way, I think having a CMS to manage your content is crucial, especially if you are working with someone else. If you are working alone, it's okay. But if you are working with someone else that it's not a technical founder, I think this is really crucial, and I'm happy that it shows WordPress so far, and let's see how the experience will go. Yeah, that's it about my experience during vacation, working during vacation for Materiality Master. It was not very easy to balance the vacation period, trying to work at the same time, so I didn't really rest a lot. So in that end was not a very good achievement from my vacation. I wished I would have rest a little bit more, but I really wanted to push forward on this product, so try every minute and hours to work on it as much as I can so that we could launch quickly. And that's what we are doing this week. So despite not having rest a lot, I'm quite happy with this achievement so far. On the other hand, I also joined Masterminds. It's still in the beginning. We just had 2 meetings already in our group, but it's quite nice to be able to have a weekly call with a group of people that are more or less on the same stage as you are, and ramping up and sharing our own concerns, learning with each other, sharing our best experience. So far it's been really nice. So I just applied to this Masterminds group from Rob Walling, and let's see how this will go. I will keep sharing more about it, my experience in few months, and if it was really worse or not. So far I'm enjoying it, but let's see. And I think that's the end of this episode. I decided to choose to record here nearby my house. My house is somewhere over there, but decided to come here to this small forest nearby and get fresh air and enjoy the good weather, and hope to see you the next time. Cheers. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.